You know, I was thinking about this the other day. I said, there ain't no guarantee for me to make it or any of y'all to make it. That's why you got to keep diligent. And it was fear in my heart. Like, what if you don't make it? And my mind, well, I said, well, there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm gonna being diligent, Brodies. I'm gonna stay diligent because of the fear. I do it because this all. Hey, the movie Officer and a Gentleman. Lou Gossip said, you know, why do you want to be a flyer? You know, why you want to be was that a Marine or the Air Force? I think it was the Air Force Academy or training camp. And he said, because this guy said, I want to fly jets. And Lou Gossip said, my grandmother wanted to fly jets. And then he said, why you here? Why you here? He said, you ain't got no friends, you got customers. Anyway, he got an Oscar for that too. He played the hell out of the drill sergeant. And he said, I ain't got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go. Well, guess what? Why am I in Israel? Because I ain't got nowhere else to go. Where am I gonna go? We're gonna join, get with Sarnet and them and be a black conscious person. Hang out with Yaki. Let me do herbal shows with Yaki. Nah, this is where I'm supposed to be, man. I ain't got no place. What the fuck am I gonna do doing something else? This is all I know. This is a part of me. Y'all can't get out of this. I'm going somewhere. Oh, Tahar, that's you, Elder Tahar. No, Pastor Tahar. Oh, yeah. I haven't drove the New York City train system in years, but I used to get on, use them trains. I'm talking about before the, I'll use Uber. I got money in my account, Uber account, so I'll hop in an Uber. But if I'm in the city, we talking about 10 years ago. Get on the train. There's always somebody. You Tahar, right? Yeah, I know. I'll be watching your video, And at first you be like, is this nigga a friend or foe? Anyway, I'm sorry. I can't get out of this. Anywhere like vocab. Vocab can't be an atheist because people, ain't you vocab? You don't believe in God no more. He's stuck to what he got to do.
Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah HaKudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone who taught us this truth, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. Right? So, Salakia, I'm driving on my way to the plantation. But here, let's read the scripture that the elder put up here, 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. It says, wherefore, the rather, brethren, to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail, man. All right, and the scriptures tell us that where were the roughly paraphrasing, the righteous abandoned, right, or left wanting food or close to that, right? Here, let me try to look it up. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 25. It says, I have been young, and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. All right, so the Lord has always taken care of his faithful, man. All right, and there's different accounts all throughout the scriptures. Okay, you had David, right, when they wanted to put David to death, all right, and steal his kingdom, all right, roughly paraphrasing. You have Daniel, right? You have Job, man. Okay, all the things that Job went through, he still kept his faith in the Lord. All right, so we have examples that show the Lord being faithful and true, man, showing that His word is faithful and true. Okay, Salakia. Let's read verse 26. It says, He is ever merciful and lendeth, and His seed is blessed. All right, who is ever merciful? The Lord, man. Okay, the scriptures tell us how He has punished us least in what our iniquities deserve. Okay, and His seed is blessed. The children of Israel are blessed. They have the one and true living power, man. Right? No other nation has a real God. Okay, so yeah, this is more motivation for you to continue your fight, right? To make your calling and election sure. Here, let's back up. Mr. Lockett, this is my. I don't really, do this, but I'm doing it today. God damn it. Grab another scripture, right? Because there's nothing else out here, man. What else is there out here to be a part of? Okay, the truth is out, and so much so that you got different camps who don't have the 100% truth, but they yet still have a form of it. They have they have T. I'll just say that they ain't got RUTH. They just got. All right, you ain't got the rest of it. Okay, the elders and apostles, the great millstone, they got the whole truth. Okay, but what is there else to do, man? You gonna go back into the world and do what, man? All right, once you come into this understanding, once you learn this truth that has been hidden from the world, okay? Once you come into this, you're not gonna be the same. You can't pay me to have me believe that you're gonna be the same. You're not gonna be the same, man. You're gonna be all right. Quiet as kept. You're gonna be on a higher level than niggas in the world, right? You still gonna get the same judgment, but going back into the world after you done learned this truth, man, you you're not gonna be the same. You're gonna know things, right? You're gonna know that this is the MOTB, the tiny technology, right? You're gonna know Esau Edom is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. So you're gonna put those things on the shelf and go back into the world just to be a nigga, to be destroyed, to be a two-third, because that's what's gonna happen, man. The scripture says that you can't put your hand to the plow. You know what? Let me get that. It's the book of Luke, chapter 9, in verse 62. It says, "And Yahushua said unto him," yeah, let's see if I can back up. Here, let's start at verse 60. All right. It says, Yahushua said unto him, "Let the dead bury the dead." Right. That's not that. That don't mean You know, somebody died and you just literally let them rot. Right? That don't mean your mom have a stroke, right? And like that's when my mom had a stroke. And then she had a massive heart attack. But that don't mean your mom have a stroke and she died. You just leave her there. Okay. This is higher talking here. It says, Yahweh said unto him, let the dead bury the dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right. That's what this truth is. Okay. This truth is you knowing the past, present, and the future, right? You knowing the history of the world. All right. And what's the future? The kingdom, man. The kingdom is the future. That's a part of this truth. So you can't go. You ain't about to go back into the world knowing all. Hey, and the Lord gonna kill your ass, bro. You ain't about to go back into the world knowing all these good things, man. Right? You done stop putting your hand to the plow. Right? You go back into the world knowing all these treasures of the fucking of Salaki of the Lord, man. You know all these treasures of the Lord, and you're not doing the work. No, bro. You got to die. Very simple. Right? Very simple. What happens if you're in a situation and you don't fight? You get conquered, right? Death is you being conquered by sin. Okay, the scripture says that the wages of sin is death. All right, verse 61 it says, and another also said, Lord, I will follow thee, but let me first go bid them farewell, which are at home at my house. And Yahweh said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom, man. Okay, and that's my point. Once the Lord calls you, right, and you answer, and you start your work, you start working, right? You can't even do that at work, man. You can't put in the job. I mean, you can't get hired for a job. You come do the job, and once it's one of them days where you don't get a break, or now all of a sudden you about to walk out. Guess what? You get fired, right? And that's the same here, man. Right? It says, and Yahweh said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow, having come into this truth and started to teach, right? Starting to tell others the names, what way to go, what direction, right? The holidays, the high holy days, the 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 uh, the dietary law. It says, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back. Looking back is what? That is the equivalent to what Lot's wife did, man. Right? Going back into the world is fit for the kingdom. So you're not going to be fit for the kingdom to come, man. You're going to have to die on this side. All right? You got to have fear of the Lord, man. And like the scripture says, you have to be diligent, right? Let's look up diligent real quick. I know I'm being a little late. All right? It says diligence, and I'm sure this is endurance. This is as well. It says diligence means careful and persistent effort or hard work showing steady application and attention to a task, often viewed as a virtue or strong work ethics, right? Even though work is hard, you keep working, okay? Even though your faith gets troubled, you keep faith in, right? Faith in, not faking. All right. Faith with the at the end. All right. It says it involves being industrious, thorough, and conscientious, applying both physical and mental energy without sloth or unnecessary delay, man. All right. But anyway, I just want to do a little quick hit on this, man. All right. Lord willing, you are edified. Hey, Shalom.